What if the prices of your favorite Apple devices like the iPhone, iPad, or Apple Watch suddenly spiked? It might not be just a thought for much longer, especially in the US starting tomorrow. February 1st, Apple could be looking at raising the prices of several of its products due to a significant change in US trade policy. This potential price increase could impact millions of consumers who rely on Apple's devices. But what's driving the shift? Let's take a closer look. A new report reveals that President Donald Trump is preparing to announce a major change in the country's trade policy. Beginning February 1st, U.S. imports from Canada and Mexico will face a 25% tariff, while imports from China will be taxed at 10%. Essentially, these tariffs are taxes placed on products entering the U.S., paid by the companies bringing the goods in, not the countries exporting them. These companies then face two choices: absorb the additional cost, which reduces their profits, or pass it on to consumers by raising prices. For Apple, it appears that raising prices might be the likely choice. So what does this mean for consumers? If Apple hikes its prices to cover the cost of the new tariffs, U.S. customers will be paying more for their beloved tech. This could include higher prices for products like the next iPhone, iPad, or Apple Watch. But Apple isn't the only company facing the consequences. Other tech brands that depend on imports from China will feel a pinch as well. For now, let's focus on Apple, one of the most significant companies impacted by this change. Starting tomorrow, February 1st, the tariffs go into effect, but there's no word yet on whether any products or companies will be exempt. White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt confirmed that further details will be released tomorrow. According to her, these tariffs are part of a broader effort to safeguard American interests, a promise made by President Trump. Now, you may be asking, how will this impact countries like China, Canada, and Mexico? While these countries are facing the pressure of tariffs, they won't directly bear the cost. Instead, the additional fees will be passed on to U.S. consumers. This means that while China, Canada, and Mexico might feel some economic strain, it's U.S. buyers who will be faced with paying more for products from these countries. This could have significant consequences, particularly in the tech world, where Apple and other companies rely heavily on overseas manufacturing, particularly in China. If U.S. consumers decide that the higher prices aren't worth it, they may start searching for alternatives from countries not affected by these tariffs. This could put additional strain on businesses in China, Mexico, and Canada as demand for their products shrinks. Let's turn our attention back to Apple. In the past, Apple managed to avoid the tariffs proposed during Trump's first term, thanks to CEO Tim Cook's efforts to persuade the president that imposing tariffs on iPhones would hurt Apple, one of the largest American companies. Cook argued that higher prices would make Apple's products less competitive, especially against rivals like Samsung, which manufactures its phones in South Korea. Because of this, Apple was able to sidestep tariffs on iPhones during Trump's first term. However, this time the situation might be different. Despite Tim Cook's frequent meetings with Trump after the 2024 election and his personal donation of $1 million for Trump's inauguration, it remains uncertain whether Trump will continue to shield Apple from the new tariffs. The administration's focus now includes addressing the illegal drug trade, which is one of the driving factors behind these tariffs. Leavitt mentioned that China, Mexico, and Canada are being targeted due to their alleged roles in the fentanyl trade, contributing to the ongoing opioid crisis in the U.S. So, what does all of this mean for Apple users? Starting tomorrow, you might find that the prices for the iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, and other Apple products go up. If Apple passes on the cost of the tariffs to consumers, these products could become even more expensive. And given the continuing trade tensions between the U.S. and these countries, it's unclear how long this price increase will persist. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.